Hello Aries, welcome to your Wheel of the Year spread. This is all the way from January through December for the year 2026. So Aries, this is for Aries Sun and Rising signs. And thank you Aries for all of your likes, your shares, your subscribes. I really do appreciate each and every one of you for continuing to support me. Thank you for all your support through 2025, and I hope that you continue to support me through the new year, through 2026. So let's get some cards down here. I've made a start, guys, just to try to get ahead. There's a lot of cards that need to come down for this spread, so bear with me. The next layer will be the tarot. Aries, I hope that you've had a pretty decent 2025. A lot of challenges, but also there were a lot of opportunities for my Aries out there to make some power moves in 2025. So I hope that was you. I hope that the end of the year brings you some peace, brings you some comfort during the holiday season, so that you're ready for 2026. So let's take a look at your spread, Aries Sun and Rising for 2026 for your Wheel of the Year spread. I'll be pulling out a couple of oracle cards as well to begin, just to start off this reading, to see what the main themes of the year will be. So let's start with a focus for you for the year 2026 for Aries, please. A focus for Aries. All right. And let's see. I want to get one from this deck as well. A lot of cards for this spread, guys, so bear with me. You can always fast forward till the reading starts as well. It's one of the beauties of YouTube. Steadfastness, love that. And when it comes to your career, your finances, your money, message for Aries, please. Message for Aries moving forward. Okay. And we have the Great Nurturer, Moon energy. Okay. I want to start with this energy of steadfastness, which we have here from the Ganesha Oracle. Now this is card number 32. If you reduce that, it is 5. 5 is an energy of conflict, but this tells me that if you keep going, if you prioritize, if you don't waver back and forth, if you're not moved by circumstances that are out of your control, you'll be absolutely fine in the year 2026. So be focused on your purpose. Don't be swayed by what other people think, or even by what you perceive is happening around you. Your effort is not futile. You need to be steadfast, immovable. If there is some kind of stumbling block or a major event in the world in 2026, it could be around a job, it could be around a sense of accomplishment or success. You may feel unheard in any area of your life. There may be some struggles, but if you don't allow yourself to be easily shaken, I feel like you'll be one of the ones that will be successful in 2026. Now, Ganesha is seen here riding this elephant, and this is to engage you in the energy of the elephant spirit. Elephants can teach us a lot, of course. They can teach us about kindness. They can teach us about dedication. They're a very powerful energy. Ganesha, of course, is an elephant god or goddess energy, however you resonate. They remind you that it's necessary to keep trusting, keep loving, be deeply faithful to your relationships, toughing it out, protecting others, gently nurturing them. And we did have that with the Great Nurturer. Being able to nurture people around you, be a leader in a way which is both gentle and inclusive. Elephants are also able to communicate telepathically, So your ability to listen to others is enhanced in 2026. Do whatever is necessary to safeguard your resolve. You have to dig in, remain focused, and don't get caught up in events that are around you. Yes, stay committed and on track. Don't give up, as change will show up soon and the situation will be transformed. Now, if this is about a job for you, with this great nurturer, this moon energy, it tells me that around you is a very protective energy. There is this nurturing energy, devoted, loving, wise, empathetic, compassionate, abundant, generous, receptive, emotional, inclusive, supportive, and stable. That's the energy that I see. Because around you we have this energy of caution. So there could be something changing, either in your field, what career you're in. It could even be generally in the world. There's some changes that you have to deal with. You're going to be okay, guys. Stay put, stay focused, dig in, nurture yourself, nurture your loved ones, and you're going to be absolutely fine. Let's dig deeper here, guys. Yeah. Your money, everything's going to be okay. There's an energy here of giving and receiving. I'm going to dig into this more because I feel for a lot of you, your main focus for 2026 may be more on changes in your job or career, which could lead to potential problems when it comes to money. But it tells me that you're going to be okay, so I don't want you to stress about it. But I do think that this is a cautionary energy that you need to prepare for changes that are around you. Okay, let's see. I want to start with January. We have the Otter, the Six of Cups. Now, the Otter is an energy of reunion, reminiscing, your inner child. And the Otter is also, for me, specifically, an energy of protection, nurturing. Again, there's that word. And it's a very loving, very family-oriented energy. You know, whenever I see otters, they're always in a group, nurturing each other, taking care of each other. Very strong energy here, Aries, of reunion with people that matter to you. If you have recently gone through any kind of separation, divorce, or ending with a partner, I do feel that the new year brings you support from people who can embrace you, hug you. It feels more like blood relations to me. For some of you, you could be moving back towards family or a family home or a family place. And that's going to take some courage. We have this card of courage here. There's storms, there's wave action, there's the vicissitudes of life, being able to handle the ups and downs, forgiving those that have hurt you in the past. It doesn't mean forgetting, guys. A lot of people get caught up in, I don't want to forgive. Well, no, I'm not saying that you should just flat out forgive people for whatever they've done to you in the past, Aries. It's more something that needs to happen for you to move on, so that you don't move beyond this with feelings of bitterness. I think that you need to get everything out on the table, speak to, communicate with anyone that you feel has done you wrong, But it's not with the purpose of getting back together with a person. It's more about having the courage to express, like, well, this is what's happened. This is what's happened, right? This is something that I need to tell you, and it's not to put the other person down or make them feel better or worse. It's really about you needing to get something out that needs to be said with this Judgment card, so that you can move on with a sense of a clean conscience, guys. Really, That's what I'm seeing there. Now, of course, that's going to take courage. We have this rocky seashore, the waves crashing against this rugged shore. But these rocks, they face each storm with strength, with fortitude. They're strong beyond measure. When you think about nature, it's natural for things to be stormy. And I think that things are becoming stormier just in general, in the nature of the world. I do feel that. Now, yours is the first reading that I'm doing for 2026, so I haven't seen a common theme yet. But it is starting off with this rather rocky seashore. But there will be storms in 2026, but if you don't falter, you will endure. Aries, you above many signs will find 2026 something that you're going to be able to deal with, because you have this passionate courage in the depth of your being. You are that rock. There's nothing that you can't confront and face. You are a warrior. So step forward, throw your shoulders back, stand up for yourself with passion. Speak up. Be impeccable in all of your actions. It's not the time to be timid, to fall back. Definitely don't be limited by the beliefs of others or what they say to you. Use your passion to make a difference. Courage doesn't mean that you aren't afraid. It just means that you are made of strong stuff, and that you know that you can endure. So if you do feel a little bit fearful, and that's natural, acknowledge that fear, but take action anyway, and make a stand. Be strong, be powerful. You do have a lot of courage and valor around you. And I feel that this is something that a lot of you have been brought up with. You've had to face a lot of things with courage. Your parents may have been quite courageous in their youth. For some of my Aries out there, you may have had parents that grew up in like the 60s. They may have gone to college in the 60s. They may have fought against racial tensions or any kind of injustices, and you may have been brought up to be courageous and fight for things that are unjust in the world. So I do see that. I do see this as something that is deeply ingrained in you, Aries. Okay, starting off the year with courage, with valor. All right. When it comes to February, we have the Hawk, the Ace of Swords. This is about conquests, clear vision, and discernment. We have the card of Truth and the Seven of Wands. Yes, indeed, there's that standing up for yourself. Having a very hawk-like energy, and that is a very much a air spirit. So it harkens back to this courage that we see in January. You are someone who stands up for the truth. You speak your mind. Again, I get if you need to get something off your chest, if you need to speak the truth about something that feels unjust, that you're going to be able to do it. Now, when we talk about this Truth card with that Seven of Wands, you'll see that in this picture there's this desert, and it seems to be up here. Okay, what I'm being drawn to is this little face in the corner, and I didn't see it before, but it just took my eye. And it's an air element, and wasn't I just speaking about air elements? I was. So this element of air takes form in oxygen that we breathe, as well as in the wind, breezes. It also represents our communication skills when we speak. It's the air that passes through our mouths that allows us to speak and communicate. So wind, it's more important than what we think, right? Air, couldn't live without it. So as you communicate your truth to yourself and others, you'll find new energy and vitality emerging within your life. So be honest with yourself and speak from your heart. Find your truth. Listen for what is sincere and honest in yourself and others. What's true for you and what isn't is something that's going to be important for you in the month of February. Sometimes it takes silence to find that inner voice of truth. So some of you may be spending some time more in nature or alone to find that source of truth within yourself. There's something here that I feel you're going to let go of in your life that isn't authentic. It could be a relationship in which you can't be yourself, or you feel you can't be real. There's something here about being genuine, needing to feel genuine. I feel this is finding your genuine voice. Not being a people pleaser, not being someone who puts up with anything that isn't the truth or isn't sincere. I see you kind of having this harder edge to your communication in the first part of the year. But I love it because it means that you're standing up for yourself, you're standing up for your rights, for your truth, you're not being talked down to. When it comes to your work, I see you being very clear, honest, direct with yourself and others. For some who are in a leadership role, we do have the great nurturer here, Aries. I see you being able to communicate very effectively because there's no confusion. There's a lot of clarity around you. Anyone who approaches you for anything in the workplace or even at home in your home life, I see you being very upfront, direct, open and honest. Yes. And for a lot of you, I get that if there's something that you're trying to win, you have a clear vision about what it is that you want to achieve. And I feel that you're going to be successful in getting what you want because you're very clear. There's no confusion here. You're able to go in and communicate exactly what you want. It's very important, guys. Especially when it comes to money. Say if you're going for a raise or you're going for a job, I feel that by being upfront, being honest and being very direct with the person that's hiring you, you'll get what you want, because I do feel that you stand out, you stand above the competition. Yes. You have in you something that people want. It's leadership ability, and it is a sense here of being this person who is, yes, loving, wise, empathetic, compassionate, all of those wonderful things. But also I see you as very stable, steadfast, someone who sticks to a goal, doesn't give up. I feel that that's what puts you above the competition if you are going for a raise or a promotion or even a new job. This steadfastness, being able to be relied upon, truthful. People don't think that you're faking it. You're not saying what you feel they want to hear. You're just being you, and that's a brilliant thing, Aries. That's what puts you above others. So I see success there in January and February. In March, we have the Seal, the Ten of Cups. This is lasting happiness and success and divine blessings coming in for you in the month of March. We also have this card of action and the Three of Wands. Wow, beautiful energy. When we talk about the Three of Wands, this is expansion, this is growth. this feels to me like something that you've taken action towards probably in December or maybe even January. It seems like you're actively waiting for the results of your action, and of course it's going to lead to success now. But it is something that you've had to take action about. We see this card. Now there's some clouds there on the horizon. You know, just before a storm, it feels a little bit like that. It feels like an atmosphere is building around you with that Three of Wands. Storms, of course, are necessary to clear and replenish the earth. So I see that something that has ended is leading to something that is replenished. There, refreshing. There has been something that's been disruptive, that may have caused damage, but without that, I feel that something couldn't have been achieved. This 10 of Cups would not have been achieved. So a shift is coming. There's an energy here of facing things. There's big change on the horizon due to action that you've taken. There are times when we carefully consider our next step, of course, but I feel that time has been in the past. Now it's reaping the rewards of taking some kind of action in the past. You're looking forward here with a calm, steely gaze. You're forging ahead with clarity, with determination, with power. And you're making decisions that you're putting your full faith and trust in, even if you're not 100% certain of your decision, and whoever is, you know. You're making choices, and it's better than making no choice at all. So in March, it looks like you're taking action to avoid any kind of problems. For some of you, you could be instigating some protection around your home, your family, so that world events don't affect you. Some of you may be making sure that the blessings that you do have in your life are protected, your money, your family, so that you can have lasting happiness and success, and that it isn't affected by storms, by danger, by things that are happening outside of your own, I would say, nothing that you've created. It's circumstances that are around you in some way. Now, it doesn't have to be world events either. It could be something that's happening in a company that you're working for. It could even be, you know, protecting yourself from people around you who want what you have, you know, or want to take what you have. That kind of feeling. But it tells me that you have a lot to be grateful for. There is an energy of you being blessed. But in March, it looks like there could be some storm clouds on the horizon there that are due to no fault of your own, but you may need to protect yourself because of that. Definitely, you know, there is a foretelling here, a need to be cautious in 2026. It's not about being fearful, it's just about needing to be cautious and protective. And as I said at the beginning, you'll be absolutely fine, Aries, as long as you do that. Now, when it comes to April, we have the Scarab, the 10 of Wands. Ambition. Yeah, ambition is a good servant, but a bad master or master. And we have potential here, and the 2 of Wands, but it's coming up in the reverse. Yeah. You know, when it comes to ambition, there could be potential for problems if someone is acting from a place of power, wanting power. Now, ambition is great if we're doing it for the greater good. But there's something here, Aries, about there could be someone around you. I get a bad person, a bad master, maybe a bad boss, or someone around you who is just doing things to get power. Hopefully it's not an ex, but for some of you it could be. For some of you there is, it's like a long-standing, when it comes to the world, there's a long-standing battle for power, as we all know. And something could come back up around that. For others of you, it could be the return of someone who wants power over you, Aries, whoever that is, someone who's highly ambitious, but unfortunately it comes with toxicity. It's a bad omen, is what I'm getting. There is potential for something to return that is unwanted, either in your own world or outside of yourself. When we talk about potential, there is an energy around that of, we see this volcano. And volcanoes erupt in places where the Earth's plates meet, of course we know that. And they either explosively erupt or they kind of flow more slowly down. There's different types of eruptions. And even when a volcano is at rest, there's always the possibility of an eruption. And there's a potential of great power. This is very commanding energy with this volcano. The archetypal personality of a volcano is wild, unpredictable, formidable energy. So, how do you use that? Well, when we activate our potential, we step into our strength. We activate gifts that we've had on the back burner. This is about having untapped potential, and it's the time to allow it to flow. There is power emerging. So don't doubt that. I'm getting very strong Emperor vibes off this card. Authority, great capabilities. Some of you may be repressing something that could be explosively wanting to come out. It could be creating emotional stress or some kind of inner pressure. But more than that, I feel like if you're keeping yourself small, or if you're keeping yourself dormant, something could blow in April, which makes you erupt. I see expansion. There's a reason to be grateful for what you have. You have a lot of blessings around you. You have talents. You have capabilities. You have a lot of potential. But when it comes to this explosive energy, make sure you're not repressing things. This year it seems to be all about making sure that you're heard, that you're seen, that you communicate your needs, your wants, your desires, to reach your full potential. Yes? It's not about repressing anything. It's about you getting your point across. I feel that this whole year, actually. So not letting things that are happening around you cause you to think small. If something is happening in the world, don't let it affect you to the point where you become dormant. No, this year it's all about taking action to reaching your full potential. Now, when it comes to May, we've got the rabbit here, which is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, with him, it's all about reaping what you've sown, constancy and perspective. Wonders. And the Three of Swords. Yeah. For some of you, if there is something that you want, keep trying. For some of you, there may have been a a disruptive energy around you, something that disrupted a need, a want. There's an energy here of if you have put your work towards that, if you haven't quit, if you have not let it go on the back burner, it will be achieved. So that's something that is a cautionary energy. If you want something, nurture it. For some of you, if you've wanted to be fertile, get an energy of fertility around that rabbit. If anything that you've wanted fertility with, whether it's actual children or whether it's something that you've wanted to grow in your life, a business, you have to be constant. You have to put in the energy. You have to be someone who is determined, forthright. I mean, we had that right at the beginning with this steadfast card. It's all about nurturing what you want, because if you don't nurture it, there could be you could not be reaching that potential. You could not get it this year of 2026. So it's just a caution. It's about reaping what you've sown. If you put in the energy, you'll get what you want. If you don't put the constancy in, if you lose focus, if you become discouraged, if you get distracted, then you may not. Spirit wants to come in and give you what you want with this Wonders card. Now, when we look at this, crystal that's growing here, you may not even have to put in, like, I get it, like, not dollar for dollar. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's just say you're looking to grow a business and you're thinking, oh God, I'm going to have to put in 7 days a week, 24/7, right? Work on this. My spirit guide is saying you may not have to put in as much as what Spirit wants to give you back this in 2026. But as long as you're constant with the effort, as long as you put energy towards it, you may not have to work as diligently or work as hard as you imagine to get as equal sums back or more. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Now, I want to talk more about this Three of Swords with this card of Wonders. There's an energy around this of magical powers. Now, the Egyptians believed that quartz, which we see here, had mystical healing abilities, and they would bury their dead with a piece of crystal on their forehead. The Greeks and Romans believed crystals were solid ice that had been formed by the gods and thus had mystical powers. And even today, people believe that crystals can help manifest their intentions. Crystals? And, quartz can amplify radio signals. And it's a very powerful energy. So if something has died, something has ended that you thought had more possibilities or didn't reach its full potential, Spirit is saying exciting possibilities are waiting for you around the corner. Wonders will be abounding in your life. Now, they won't be apparent at first, but they are there. There is a growing in magnitude. There's growth here. There's an energy of celebrating the small. Now, again, for some of you, this may be, for some of my Aries out there, something didn't grow, something was kept small, but I do feel that from little things, big things grow in 2026. So let go of expectations and don't limit the way that you think, because there is an element of keeping the magic alive, keeping the sense of wonder, believing in the power of miracles in the world. You know, we understand a lot of what goes on in the world, but we also have limited understanding of just how magical things can turn out for us. So I don't want you to think that whatever has happened in 2025 is going to reoccur for you in 2026. Be open. Be open to the possibilities. Now, when it comes to June, let's take a look. We do have the Rhinoceros, which is the King of Pentacles in this deck. It's about power, wealth. Also, perhaps someone who's being quite ruthless. We've got Release and the Seven of Swords in reverse. So for some of you, there has been someone around you, an adversary, a foe, that may need to be released. It could be someone who's very powerful, wealthy. For some of you, you may be releasing thoughts or feelings that power and wealth and that you need to be ruthless. For some of you, you're rethinking your job because you need to be ruthless in it. The people that are around you are very ruthless. You're becoming, you feel like that isn't you. There's a sense here of feeling like an imposter, thinking, you know what, I'm just not that ruthless. I don't feel like I'm surrounded by people that I like. Power and wealth, this Rhinoceros card. For some of you, you could be being the rhinoceros at this particular time, releasing a sense of power. Interesting. I want to talk more about this Seven of Swords with the Release card. When we talk about release, we talk about surrender and what we're willing to surrender. So for some of you, you could be willing to surrender situations, people, or even objects that don't serve you, letting go of old, self-limiting beliefs, anything that's dragged you down. For some of you, you could be getting rid of distractions, focused more on your core values and beliefs. If you are holding on to the old, it will be very difficult for anything new to come into your life. So I think in June you're beginning to clear your home, your living environments, your spaces of clutter. If you don't love it or use it, you're getting rid of it, clearing it out of your space, detoxing. Some of you, it could be around health as well. And in order to release the old, you have to decide what you need to let go of. And I think that the first part of the year, part of the process of being courageous, taking action to reach your full potential and to bring in the new, you have to, of course, release the old. For some of you, it is someone around you. It could be an earth sign, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah. Things are falling into place, really, is what I'm getting in the month of June. Things are falling into place. And when it comes to money situations in June, have a strategy, because there could be some sort of issue of money when it comes to who you can trust with money. Yeah, there's power, there's ruthless energy. For some of you, it's rethinking how you see money. You could be reevaluating how you perceive power and wealth. You may be releasing old beliefs when it comes to how you view what's important in your life. Some of you may have been very focused on your career, your finances, getting ahead. Some of you may have grown up in better than average circumstances. You may have had very high achieving families. And I feel that that's driven you. There's a source of power there. There's a source of, you have to reach your full potential. But there's also a need to step back and create what it is that you really desire. So if there's really something that you want that may not be to do with money or getting ahead in terms of power or wealth, I feel that there could be someone around you, or perhaps many people are saying, oh no, you shouldn't do that. It could affect your work, or it could affect your money. Spirit is saying don't listen to that, especially if it's super important for you guys. So I see in June there could be a release of something to do with holding on to power or wealth. Some of you could be more focused on a different direction. Some of you could be focused more on family or creating a family with this nurturing card. Now in July, we see the blue-footed booby. I love this card. I think he's just the cutest thing ever, this blue-footed booby. And this is the Two of Swords. Yeah. Being at an impasse, information overload and indecision. And we have trust and the Four of Swords. So it seems like if you can't make a decision in the month of July, you're taking some time here to say, okay, well, look, at this point in time, the decision is too hard for me to make. So I'm going to take some time to rest, recuperate, replenish. Because I think that you've been going so hard with trying to reach your full potential, working really hard. Things are starting to change in a very positive direction, and then in July we reach this sense of, okay, well, I seem to have achieved what I need in the first part of the year. What do I do next? Yeah, so it seems to me that in the first part of the year, Aries, you're going to achieve quite a lot. So take action in the first part of the year to get what you need done. For some of you, in the middle of the year, you could take some time off to an extended break. And for some of you, you may be taking some money out of the bank or out of your retirement savings or something there, releasing that in order to take this time for yourself. Yeah. Trust, guys. Trust that things will come. The answers will come in the middle of the year. We have this vision. This, there's the old saying, right, of going out to the desert. You know how the spiritual people go out to the desert to kind of find themselves or to get answers. That's kind of how I'm seeing this. There's a deeper knowing here. There's meditation. There's trusting your intuition. This is being open to receive some important messages through your intuition. In the month of July, your intuition will be spot on. So trust it, guys. Have faith and know that there is a higher purpose. When we talk about the desert here, it's very desolate, nothing grows there, but look what's happening here. There's life in the desert. So trust that things will improve. There's an overwhelming, it's like your mind just it's not shut down, it just needs rest in July. Aries. Your mind needs a break. So for some of you who are working in fields where you have to use your mind constantly, this is taking a break from that, giving your mind a break and doing something for you. It may not just be resting. It could actually be a project, something that's more working towards with your hands, something that you don't have to really think too much about, but is productive nonetheless, Aries. Could be helping others. For some of you, you could be visiting an area which is quite desolate. If there has been injustice in this place, I see you helping out. And this is something that's good for your soul, and it's also good for your mind because it allows you to take the pressure off, because I feel that there seems to be a lot of pressure on you to reach a certain level, to reach a certain potential. So although things are going really well, in the middle of the year there's just a little bit of a hiccup here where I feel like it becomes a little bit of a burden. There's an overwhelming need to take a step back and perhaps pivot or do something else before you come back to this. Let's see. In the month of August, we do have the Roadrunner, and this is the Knight of Swords. This is courage in action and having the best of intentions. The Opportunity card and the Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like something comes in and it kind of allows you to release a burden. I feel like all of this stuff, although you're achieving, you're doing well, everything seems to be great when it comes to your money. You're putting a lot of effort in, you're being steadfast, you're showing up, you're nurturing what you need to nurture here, you're putting your effort in. Middle of the year, it seems like there's an opportunity around you to do something which kind of takes the weight off your shoulders a little bit here, Aries. I get some kind of extended break in the middle of the year for you guys. And it's something that you need. It's an opportunity. Now, what could this opportunity be about? Well, we see the moon here. And we see that, if you look up at the moon from, let's say you're walking through a forest here, you look up at the moon. Things may not be illuminated so clearly. When we walk through the forest at night, we see a little, but we don't see the whole picture. There's an energy here of fertility, longevity, health, abundance. The moon represents feminine energy. So I see here abundance, health, longevity, vitality, a gentleness. There's an energy here of letting things ebb and flow. Peaks and valleys. It seems like this year is going to be one of ebbs and flows. There's a lot of activity in the first half, and then in the middle I see more of a gentle energy. Yeah. So stay open and receptive at this time. There may not be a steady or constant stream of work in the middle of the year, but receive what you are given in gratitude. It's like the universal law, using a downtime in the middle of the year. You may have to release some funds. For some of you, you may take a time to do something philanthropic, or you may do something for others that isn't like giving a whole lot of money or something. It's more like service, being of service to others, an opportunity to be of service to others, to mentor, to do things that may not be something that is so much about money, but more about giving of yourself, giving of your time. Because when you give of yourself, people are very, very happy about that. They're grateful for that. So their gratitude creates a more abundance in your life. So that's kind of how I see you focusing in the middle part of the year here, Aries. Now, in the month of September, we do have the elephant, and I had that right at the beginning, guys, with that steadfastness. You know, there's justice here, there's truth, there's natural law, there's right and wrongs. Stepping through a gateway, and this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, it feels a little bit like a gateway is opening up for you in September. So we've got a lot of activity here, then we've got a bit of a break, some ebbs and flows, some peaks and valleys, but you're using that time wisely. And in September, it opens up a gateway. So if you're feeling like things that happened in June, July, and August are unfortunate or is an injustice of some kind, it had a purpose, Spirit is saying, and Spirit is coming in to right that, to come, anything that you do during this downtime to be of service to others is something that is going to be brought back to you tenfold. Okay, so don't worry. There's a gateway opening up in September, and this is going to be just a gateway that's open just for you, is what I'm getting, this gateway energy. And this elephant tells me that you're going to push through. The elephant card, of course, is about going through obstacles. Yeah, a portal, a gateway. So I see you being able to step through this gateway. An excellent time to take action on your visions. Any small amount of action will generate much bigger results, and I think I said that earlier. You know, what you put in this year, if you're thinking it's going to have to be like a huge amount, I don't feel it's going to be as bad as all that. You know, you're going to see results from the work that you do, but it's going to come back like tenfold. Because you're shifting your you're shifting your perception from one of feeling downtrodden, like the world is unjust. You're seeing life as a river, you know, ebbs and flows. You're allowing the space. You're being open. You're being receptive with that feminine energy that I was picking up, the moon energy. Rather than being fearful of the ebbs and flows, you're allowing the space for something else to come in. Yeah? Let's say you're working, and you've got no time for family, no time to go off and do something that you want, or no time to start a family. I see the middle of the year as an opportunity for all of that to come in. Yeah? And if you don't want that, then it's doing things for others. Yeah, it really is lovely. There's an energy here of being supported by the universe. The more you focus on this June, July, August energy, which feels a lot smaller than this, the more you focus your energy here, I feel that there's a lot of benefit to come from this. More than what you think. And slowing down, I think, is going to allow you to see the portal, because if you're in this fast moving energy, like work, really focused on getting the money in, power, wealth, all of that kind of stuff, you don't see the things that are important. You don't see the things that you need to take care of. And I see this period of slowing down in the middle of the year as something which allows you to see what you need to take care of that's important. And it has to do, and then I see you being ready to step into this portal, which really does allow you to get to the next level. So there's a purpose in this slowdown in the middle of the year, and in September you're taking things to the next level, kind of unexpectedly, I might say. Now in October we do have the Bat. This is prophetic powers, facing darkness, self-surrender, fulfillment, and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so there you go. So it tells me that in October you're going to start to see things very differently. And I did get that. It's like you're seeing wealth, this king-like energy, power, this ruthless energy. You're seeing things in a different way. That serves a purpose, more of a masculine energy, taking action, being the leader. But it needs to be married with this more yin energy, this slower energy, this energy of receptivity, allowing space for spirit to come in with some blessings here for you. So seeing money a different way, seeing how you spend your time in a different way, seeing what you will surrender and what you won't, what you will not surrender, allows you to see how work can be fulfilling. It's not all about money. It's about how you can use your time to help yourself and help other people. That also is fulfilling. How you can be creative in your life, what you want to create, what you want to nurture. It's not all about nurturing wealth and power and money and having the big cars and the big house and all of that. It's about nurturing a smaller kind of energy is what I'm feeling around that fulfillment. How you're seeing fulfillment is different. How you're seeing abundance is different. Now, I see the peach on this, so for some of you, peach could be important for you. Now, the peach is a symbol of the renewal of life, and in Chinese culture, it's fertility and happy marriage. In some traditions, it stands for immortality. Ripe peaches also portend fertility, fecundity, and great fulfillment. And in Korean traditions, the peach represents happiness, riches, honors, and longevity. Okay, so fulfillment is at hand. No matter what's occurring in your life this year, put your attention on what is pleasurable, find bliss in the moment, love fully, deeply, without hesitation, cherish your friendships, fill your life with people, experiences, and places that give you delight, and not just about work, guys. Let go of people and things that don't empower you, that drag your energy down. You don't have to put the needs of others ahead of your own needs, unless it's your child, of course. If you've had any health issues this year, I see this peach tells me that there will be a return to better health. It's also about savoring your life, experiencing and embracing life. If you want to conceive a baby or a new project or start a new relationship, there's a great outcome potential here for you guys in the month of October. Yes, so you face down a shadow, you face down these ebbs and flows, you face down some darkness in your life, but I see you powering through it, you're working through it, and at the end of the year it seems like things are starting to really work out for you, reaping what you've sown. And in the month of November we've got the Lion card, which is mind over matter, love winning out, and a sense of strength and majesty through your wisdom. And the Two of Pentacles, being able to get through the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of this year. There will be challenges, of course, but you're going to meet them. Absolutely. Now, strength energy, some of you could have Leo in your chart, but Aries, for you, I just get a natural kind of sense of power, using your wisdom. This year's going to be, 2026 is going to be a little bit hard. It's going to be choppy for everybody. Some turbulence. But when we sink down, you see this mermaid here. She's going deep. Like the surface of the water can be very choppy and turbulent, but when this mermaid goes down deep here, it's completely different. There's stillness there. Yeah. So things are not quite what they seem. There's an energy around you of needing to look beneath the surface of the waves. If you feel like you aren't making progress, things are happening beneath the waves. I do feel that the year of 2026 is going to be a rather stormy cycle for everyone. But I do see you going deep here where all is well. There's serenity, there's peace. You know, what's going on in the world next year, it will have benefits, and you're going to get through this, but you have to be a little bit flexible this year. It's not about rigidity. If you maintain an energy of being steadfast in your progress, but also being able to handle the ups and downs, that's the best way you're going to get through this. If you are a parent, hold them close, nurture their growth. You're going to be okay. In the month of December, we do have the Tasmanian Devil, oh, my favourite little guy. Look at him, he's so cute. Oh, I love Tasmanian Devils. You should never go near them, guys. They're very bitey. They have tough jaws, and they will do some damage. Yeah, so if you're ever in Tasmania, make sure you give them a wide berth, and they will go you, so you have to kind of stay clear of them. But I love them. I think they're just the cutest little guys. Purification and the Hierophant. Oh yeah. You know what? I see you ending the year in quite a different place. Not where you thought you'd be, but I think that whatever storms you've gone through, and I think it started in 2025. I see you getting to a place at the end of the year where any kind of conflict, any kind of feelings of competition with another, facing adversity, any kind of legal situations with other people that may have started in 2025. I see that all ending by the end of the year. There's purification here. Yes, and a satisfactory ending. I'm getting a satisfactory ending. You know, purification, it means a lot of different things. Rain, of course, symbolizes rebirth and washing the sins away. Water, of course, is associated with emotions, releasing long-held emotions that allows for a purification and inner healing. There's also a renewal aspect of rain, meaning what follows the rain is a time of renewal. So it's difficult for new energy to enter your life if it's clogged with old, outdated energy. So this is about making sure that you keep your space clean in 2026. It's a great time for a detox, like clutter clearing that I was talking about, cleansing, space clearing, releasing outdated energy to invite fresh and new into your life. Eating lightly, not taking things personally, releasing resentment, guilt, blame, purifying yourself, thought, word, deed, decluttering. If you don't love it or use it, let it go. Yeah, so there's abundance coming into your life at the end of the year, but it's as a result of you releasing conflict and competition. You have to name that, guys. If you've been someone who has had conflict, or you've been in competition for a number of years with another person or other people, you have to see what the results are of that. Where does it get you? It might get you trying to force a sense of power, being ruthless in getting that, in getting to the top of the mountain and staying there. We often feel like if we reach a certain level of power in our lives, we have to maintain that. And some of you may have felt that you needed to be ruthless in order to do that. No, all you have to do is be consistent, be steadfast, to keep going, to nurture that. But you don't have to be ruthless or be overly competitive or overly focused on competition to the point where you end up in conflict. It's not productive. It's all about facing darkness, facing that shadow side of yourself, about feelings of wealth and power. I see the middle of the year as a time where you have something that happens, but it's for your highest good. It's so you can see things in a different way. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen this year. We've got the white buffalo, the ace of pentacles. Yeah, there's prosperity here, divine gifts. Don't let it be a lost opportunity. Illumination and the high priestess. That's that listening to your instincts that we had right at the beginning of this reading. Spirit is saying it's an opportunity for you in 2026, an opportunity. Don't let it be lost. Now, you can achieve prosperity, you can achieve your wildest dreams here, but what you can't do is do it at the expense of others, or feel like you need to be overly competitive. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to get one more card for you guys. Let's take a look. What you nurture, you will get out tenfold at the end of the year. If you put in a lot of energy towards conflict, you will get more conflict back tenfold. If you instead move ahead with this energy of more receptivity, to give, what you give you will receive in nourishment. So make sure you put out more of a nurturing energy. If you are devoted, loving, wise, empathetic, compassionate, you will receive abundance. If you're generous, if you're receptive, if you're emotional, inclusive, supportive, and stable. Yes, it's all about having that more feminine energy around you in 2026. A caution against power for power's sake, or power to be someone who has like a dictatorial kind of energy. It's not about that, guys. So let's see. We'll get one more card for you guys for 2026, and then I'll leave it there for my Aries. Guard and protect the sacred waters of life. And I will get one more for you guys. Seek the guide with noble ideas. Love that energy. Yeah. I mean, the waters of life. This is guarding your emotions, guarding and protecting those around you, the people who you are devoted towards, who you love. Yes. So guard against wild emotions. Make sure that you keep your emotions on a steady flow rather than too many highs and lows. And seek the guide with noble ideas. So some of you may need to find a mentor, or be finding a mentor this year that will help you when it comes to challenges that you've had in terms of keeping your emotions in check, making sure that that you stay focused, that you stay on the path, that you're steadfast in your undertakings this year. Okay, now one more card for you guys, and I will leave it there. So let's take a look here. One more card, please, for my Aries for 2026. Oh, I wanted to come out right away. Morgan Le Fay, Healing. Okay, let's see. This is card number 9. Okay, so with this one, it's a time of shelter. There's an energy here of strength. Meeting a person who believes in you, and we did have this here with this guide with noble ideas, someone who believes in you. They may not literally take up arms, but they may tell you the truth about what they see in you. And that's good, because I feel that you need a truth teller here. This person may, their friendship may give you a sense of inspiration that frees you in some way. So be open to a possible new friendship. Even if your temperament may urge you to go in another direction, there's someone around you who will bring out your talents, your skills. They want to see you working hard in a more productive way, working hard towards something that's going to be productive and not working against yourself. Yeah, I do see this energy of rest as well. If you are feeling fatigued in the middle of the year, feeling unwell, or maybe even run down due to emotional stress, I get that this friend of yours will help you heal in some way. I do feel that you have to guard against feeling unwell in the middle part of the year. I don't want you to be unnecessarily concerned about that. It just feels to me like that there will be someone around you who will help you in some way, to help you heal if you have been run down, feeling unwell, because I do see a lot of activity in the first part of the year. I want to talk about Morgan Le Fay for a moment, for those of you who are unaware of who she was. This is the element of water. Even when others cry out against you, even when there are loud, aggressive forces proclaiming something that is not true, there's an energy here of protection. This is the Lady of the Lake. Yeah, Aries, if your feelings may be very easily hurt, you know, you have this very strong energy around you, but your feelings can easily be hurt by harsh words, by people saying things about you, criticisms, all of that. So guard your emotions, because there may be something here which is deeply hurtful, but I see you being able to get through it, especially with this energy of this friendship around you. Someone who sees the potential in you to be more, perhaps than you feel that you can be. Even this great nurturer feels very strong. It could be someone around you who is acting in that way, you know. Someone who gives you the strength to carry on. For some of you, you may need that in yourself, especially if you're a mother. You know, we love our children, we're devoted, we're empathetic, but at times we do need help, we need assistance. You know, we can't do it all on our own. And if you look, there is someone around you who can help you, be a guide. Seek out assistance if you need it. If you're feeling overwhelmed emotionally with duties, especially if there's been an ending or you've been left alone to deal with children, I am getting that, you know, being able to get through storms of life, the vicissitudes of life. 2026 is not going to be a simple year for anybody, guys. But you're going to be able to get through this. Remember, the outcome for you is this white buffalo. There's going to be prosperity. Divine gifts are going to come in for you. Don't overlook opportunities this year. There will be, with this illumination card, an understanding this year. You're going to find yourself in a place which is very different than where you start. There's a lot of upward mobility here. And I really do feel that there's an energy around you of protection, of support. And as a result, your life is going to be expanded, even if you can't see it yet. Trust your heart and what you feel more than what you see and what you think. And I feel that Spirit is guiding you in a wondrous direction here, Aries. It feels like this is going to be a very strong healing year. A lot of opportunities for prosperity. There's going to be some challenges, yes, but you're going to be able to get through them. And I tell you what, the power, the way that you're going to feel about yourself at the end of the year is just going to be it's going to be amazing. I see you as someone who is indestructible by the end of the year here, Aries. I'm going to leave it there and wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, thank you. I would love to read for you. The links are down below, or you can just Google me, Gypsy Insights Tarot on Etsy, ETSY. I thank you so much, Aries. Don't forget to press that like button, share me on your social media, and please do subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you, trying to get those numbers up. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Please take care.